Okay, hello everybody. Today we're going to do a TRX demonstration. I'm going to demonstrate 15 exercises on the TRX that's going to get into the whole body. I'd like you to do this twice. So I'm going to run through a group of 5, a second group of 5, and then a third group of 5. That'll be your 15, but then do that whole thing twice to get your complete workout. Think about doing anywhere from 8 to 10 reps of all the exercises that we're doing. This TRX practice will work well for a TRX that you have at home, if it's attached to the wall, or of course if you have access to one in a gym that gives you a little bit more space, that will work fine as well. So call this an intro to TRX, if you will, but still a very good practice even if you are a seasoned TRX practitioner. So we're going to start standing up, facing our anchor point. Our elbows are under our shoulders. It's called the TRX squat. Remember, the TRX strap never has any slack in it, so there's always tension. You're always pulling to some degree, pardon me, on the strap itself. So toes pointing forward, weight into your heels, just bend your knees, come down, and bring yourself back up. So taking this a little slow, you don't want to pop up and down into these too quick. This is just a great way to get into the lower body. You can get deep down, right? I'm pretty low in this because I know I have my arms to help me come up, although I'm relying less on my arms and more on my legs to do the work, and that's going to get me stronger, quicker. So I would do about 8 to 12 of these warm-up squats first, okay? Our second exercise, still facing the anchor point, is called the step back lunge, and it's alternating legs. Your feet this time can come a little closer together, and you'll take a leg back, drop the knee down, and then stand back up. Keeping your chin away from your chest as you do that, you want to be careful when the leg goes back that the upper body does not come forward. So you're using your back strength the whole time as well. So alternating, starting to warm up into the glutes and into the hip flexors, and also bringing very gentle, although significant cardio work, right? You'll get a little bit of a heart rate going as you start to warm up here. Okay. The third exercise is the TRX low row. By the way, these are fully extended, which is fine. You don't have to worry about shortening them and then lengthening them. Keep them on a fully extended way, and that'll get you through the whole practice. Okay, so we're going to walk forward a bit. So now my body is at an incline. Shoulders still pretty much on top of my elbows. I lower my body down in an active plank, and I pull myself up. So it's like pull-ups. This is great upper back, tricep, and shoulder work. Pulling yourself forward, up, and then also pulling on the strap as you go back. So again, there's always tension on the strap. Now if this is too easy, walk your feet closer to the anchor point, creating a deeper angle in your body, and that's automatically going to create a distribution of the weight that's completely different, and you'll start to feel it way more in your arms, your back, and your shoulders. Again, about 8 to 10 of those, okay? From there, we're going to turn around. So turning around is called standing facing away. I'm going to make sure I get this in the frame. Here we go, so you can see. So you'll start kind of like Frankenstein arms here, okay? And it's going to be a step forward lunge with a shoulder floss. So you'll step forward with one leg, and then you'll drop your arms down, and then you'll bring your arms back up, and then you'll step back. I'll come a little bit over here. Step forward with the other leg, drop your arms down, bring them up, and then step back. Maybe 4 on each leg, dropping down into the front leg. Try and keep your back leg somewhat straight. The knee can bend a little bit if the hip flexor is a little tight. That's okay, right? And then alternating legs and just getting a little bit of shoulder and chest opening. Very nice. The last exercise, number 5, will be the TRX chest press. Your TRX chest press is very much like a push-up. So your arms will be out in front of you, okay? So they're not up here anymore. They're a little lower. You're still pitched forward. Be careful when you're pitched forward, you're not sticking your tail out and just moving your upper body. In your TRX chest press, you're moving the whole body. So think about your pelvis lowering down like you are on the ground doing a push-up, right? Pushing the straps away from you to push your chest up. This is a great way to work your pectorals. A little bit of glute action, certainly your arms. And again, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can step back a bit. That makes all the difference in the world. Likewise, if you need a little bit of support, step a foot forward. And you can push off against that leg to help you develop your upper body strength. That is okay as well. All right? So those are the first 5 exercises. We'll take some variations now on those. So the first one that we did, if you'd like to repeat it, it was the squat, right? Going up and down. This one's going to be Cossacks. So number 6 is Cossacks. Wide legs, and it's a wide-legged squat. One leg bends, the other leg extends. It really is a delicious stretch, and the TRX straps give you the opportunity to get this low into it. And then come up and go to the other side, right? Love this one. It'd be very, very difficult to do this type of depth without the TRX. Okay, so maybe taking about 5 or 6 on each leg, right? Using your arms to pull yourself up, and then certainly controlling going down. You want to be careful of your knees. Whenever you're bending your knees this deep, be careful with that. So in lieu of the step back lunge, we'll do our curtsies. So now a curtsy, pretty much like it sounds, one leg goes behind the other, and you drop down into this like little side squat, right? And then both knees will bend, you'll drop down and come up. So it turns into a little bit of hip stuff as well as getting into your legs. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, don't touch the back leg to the floor, okay? It'll challenge your balance a little bit, but that's okay. This is how we learn. So curtsies, taking one leg behind the other. Excellent, excellent exercise. And then for the arm stuff, we're going to take a bicep curl. So now a bicep curl, the trick to the curl, your palms will face up, okay? And your arms have to be up. You can't drop your arms in a curl because then it becomes a row. That's a different animal. Hold your arms up and bend your elbows only. So don't let your elbows drop. Think about bringing your pinky fingers to your temples and keeping your body at an active plank and pulling yourself up. 10 of these and you are good to go. You're going to feel this in your arms. Very nice. Good. These are called the TRX bicep curls. Okay. So for this facing away, we'll now take the step forward lunge. I'm going to do this where you can hopefully see me the best. Try it this way. So again, Frankenstein, careful you're not starting like this. You want to be up, shoulders directly over your ankles. And you'll step forward and your arms will come up over your head. And then you'll step forward and your arms will come up. So now these are just the lunges, okay? The back knee does not have to touch the floor. If you want to get a little stronger, you can. You'll bend both knees deep until it does touch the floor. That'll certainly get into your quads a bit. This is a fantastic exercise. Every class I teach, I do these step forward lunges. Some of you know that. So anyway, great exercise. The last one, number 10, are the triceps. Triceps are a thing, okay? You will pitch yourself a little forward. Arms are out in front. Heels are elevated just a bit. And now you'll bend your elbows, dropping your body through your thumbs almost. right? Bringing your thumbs to your temples. Make sure your whole body comes forward. Again, you're not breaking at the hips, right? One unit. Lean into your arms. It's quite a bit of arm work. 8 to 10 of these, and your arms will be shaking a little bit, so it's a pretty good exercise. All right. Okay, so now our last 5. For the squat, okay, this will become what we call the tiptoe squat. It's exactly identical to the very first squat we did, very first exercise that we did, except we're doing it on our tiptoes. I have bare feet here because I do everything in bare feet. Don't worry if you're wearing sneakers, it's okay. Depending, of course, on what kind of surface you have, because you don't want to slip in any of this. If you're on sneakers, you probably won't lift your heels up very high. It doesn't matter as long as they're off the floor, and then it's just the regular squat. And this takes the exercise and it puts it right into your calves and right into your quads, right? So you're not really using your hamstrings or your glutes a whole lot because your heels are off the floor. So, and then starting to go down and up, getting your quads and your knees, again, warmed up. Great exercise for the lower part of your body. 8 to 10 of these as well. Okay. The step back lunge, we did that first, then we did the curtsy. Now we'll do a step back lunge to a kick. So you'll step back, one leg, stand up, kick the leg. Step it back, tap, same leg, come up, kick. So now we're staying on the same leg for a while. 6 of these on each side ought to do it just fine. Okay, other leg. So when you're kicking forward, make sure you're not leaning back. Now step back, come up, and kick. And step back, come up, and kick. And back, and up, and kick. There we go. A few more. One more. Good. Now for the arms, so this would be 13, number 13, right, is the W. So the W, or goalpost row. Walking your feet in, facing your anchor point, bring your body back. When you pull up making a W, or goalposts. The trick is to make sure your elbows are as high as your shoulders, and you're pulling your wrists back, almost behind your elbows. And that gets into your outer deltoids and your upper back muscles here. And again, if you want it to be a little harder, just walk your feet in a bit. If you need it to be a little easier, you can always step a foot back behind you and kind of push off that foot. This is a great way to just learn the shapes of the poses or the exercises without it being weight-bearing. Okay. Last 2, 14 and 15. One will go back to these. I do this a lot too. It's the step forward lunge, but we add a twist. So the twist, you're turning your torso towards your front knee, dropping down into it, and then coming back. Step forward, left leg, turn your torso towards the left. So the left arm will go behind you, and the right arm will come up overhead. Twist. It's a nice stretch, but it gets very deep into your body. Right? Right. One. And then the other. All right. And one more on the other leg. Good. The last one is what's called the overhead press. This one is very shoulder and core focused. You'll start with your arms a little higher than parallel. Heels elevate just a bit, and then lower yourself down, and then come up. Good. Lower down, and come back. Good. Again, take your pelvis with you. Quite a bit in your shoulders, quite a bit in your core. Keep your belly pulled in. Lean into it, and then take it back. 8 of these is good. So we did 15 exercises. I maybe only did, 6 or 7. You might want to do a little bit more of each. So feel free to play this tape as many times, this recording as many times as you'd like. I would do 2 full sets of all of this, and that'll be probably a good 30 to 40 minute practice. And then just a couple of things to finish, okay? Just to stretch out. Facing your anchor point, taking your legs wide, and then just dropping down. So it's just one nice little stretch here to get into your side body and your back body. You can bend your knees a little bit and get a little random as you just open up a bit into the body after all of that strength building work. TRX will actually give you good mobility in your body because you're moving, but clearly building strength because you're working against resistance and at an angle. So there you have it. TRX today, yoga next time. Thank you so much, and until then, bye now.